Hey, what's going on, everybody? TaylorMade Hoops live and direct once again coming to you with TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner. Today, I have a very, very special guest, a good personal friend of mine, outside and inside of basketball, head coach at Denton Ryan High School, Coach Bernard. How you doing tonight, this evening, Coach Bernard?
Oh man, I'm doing really good, man, this evening, man, considering, man. But things are real well on our end out here, man, as far as we can handle them.
Oh yeah, man. Well, Coach, man, go ahead and let the viewers know today, man. The objective and the points of conversation will be we're gonna talk about team culture, offensive and defensive philosophy, and talk about your upcoming season, Coach. So we're gonna
Okay,
start
okay.
off. We're gonna start off with this first question, man. People may want to know, of course, I know you, man, and so I know you know a little bit about your, personal background, but let everybody know, Coach. Where did you grow up and your athletic and educational journey? What did you play at collegiately, Coach?
Okay, man. Real quick, man. I'm from the Mississippi Delta, man. Small town in the Mississippi Delta called Mountain Bayou, Mississippi. And so nestled there in the Mississippi Delta, man. I grew up as a three-sport athlete, real close-knit community, man. Had some really good people to help me grow up in education, man. We had really good school system when I was coming through. I was a three-sport athlete in high school, like a lot of people playing in two A's. In some of the levels where you got to play every sport, So I was a guy that played all three sports and had some opportunities to go off and play college ball, man. Opportunities and actually in all three sports to be able to play. I chose to go to Jackson State. They were going to give me an opportunity to play there, man. We had some things that how injuries and things like that go, man. But I ended up playing some baseball at Jackson State, and I was able to sustain there and graduated from there. From there, I went to U.S. Sports Academy. From the U.S. Sports Academy, got my master's degree at the U.S. Sports Academy, studying sport medicine, exercise physiology, and that led me and kept me in sports. After I graduated college, through that journey, man, and all of that, it brought me here to Texas. You know what I mean? And so I just kind of hit the ground running when I started coaching here in Texas, man. I was over at Grand Prairie High School with the great Tom Emmett. He gave me
Mm-hmm.
my start here in the Metroplex, man. T.I. is a real good guy, man. A good shout out
Mm-hmm.
to him for giving me my start here in the Metroplex. And just kind of grind, man. Just kind of grind from there. What I tell people about my story, hard work only work for me, man. I wasn't a guy who had a whole lot of accolades. I wasn't a guy who had a whole lot of people speaking up for me. You know what I mean? It was just hard work and grinding, man, from Grand Prairie to freshman girls at Lancaster to all the way to assistant head coach at Lancaster. And now, moving on with the success we've had over there with Coach Douglas, man. I learned so much with him. And that's built me, and made me into the guy who was able to come and take a seat here at Den Ryan, man. And so, my journey, man, has just been one of hard work and putting in effort, and that's kind of what I exemplify and try to show my kids, man, that you can build it, through your efforts, and you can build it through your hard work, man. But that's kind of who I am in a nutshell, man. You know what I mean? Father of three. You know what I mean? Husband of one, only one. You know what I mean? And with her, man, we going on 25 years this year. And so, man, that's just who I am, man. This is where I am, and it's what I do, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But hey, man, I'm just gonna touch on a couple points you made, Coach. Man, what you just said, man. You be an example to your players about hard work. Don't worry about politics and worry about nobody else's journey or story. Run your own race, Coach. And like you say, I'll tell people all the time, I don't worry about the naysayers, the haters, what have you, because I say, man, with God, talent, and grind, you gonna be fine. It's my motto.
Yeah,
Tap,
man.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, God, talent, and grind, you gonna be fine, man.
Yeah,
So.
man, you're gonna be fine, man. You just gotta, continue keep your head down and do your work, man. And I really show my kids you get celebrated in public for what you do in private. So, you
Mhm.
just keep doing what you're doing, and then those things will happen for you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, once again, Taylor Man Hoops Coach's Corner. I got Coach Bernard, head coach at Denton Ryan High School. Coach, let me ask this, Coach. You spoke about it a little bit, Coach, but what role did athletics play in your life growing up? How important was playing sports, Coach Bernard?
Oh man, for me, man, it was major, man. It was major. You know what I mean? I'm the son of I'm an only child. You know what I mean? Of a beautiful mother, still living down in Mississippi, man. you know, where I'm from one of those small communities where football was king, you know what I
Okay.
mean? But you played everything, you know what I mean? Especially if you were good enough, you know, you kind of played everything. But it was a real good football here tradition where I grew up, man. But you know, in my life, man, I've had some really, really good coaches, man, growing up. I had some really good men around us. You know, we was one of those places where your mom dropped you off with the football coach, and the football coach tighten you up. You know what I'm saying? Even if you didn't have a dad or had a father figure somewhere close around. You know what I mean? And so I had some really good coaches, man. You know, shout out to the rest in heaven to Coach James, man. He was a legendary coach there in Mississippi, football coach. Coach Henderson, man, is a big influence on my life, man. You know, had some neighbors. Coach Peterson took me to my very first basketball camp when I was ninth grade. And he was, you know, he lived in our neighborhood, but he coached at the neighboring city a
Okay.
couple miles up the road. He kicked our butt almost every year. But he still reached out to the kids in our community, man. When you know, when you had some talent, man, he would take you under his wing. And so, you know, for me, man, athletics has been, you know, it has definitely been just a big part of my life all the way through. You know what I mean? You know, and I tell people, you know, even when, you know, I dabbled in and wanted to get into spine rehab, you know, for a minute, a lot of people don't know, you know, what moved me to the Metroplex here. I was treating back pain patients, working in a spine rehab clinic. And even in my graduate assistant years, man, I was always looking at coaching. You know,
Okay.
I was supposed to be treating the athletes and taping ankles and icing, you know what I mean, and doing through in rehab, man. And I was more concerned with, you know, if the guy was closing out right, man, if he was sitting down in the stands, man. And so, man, you know, so it's always been in me, man. It's been around me, you know, but I had some big influences, man. You know, some of the heaviest influences in my life, man, have been, you know, coaches I've had. And so that's kind of, you know, now that I'm in the school system, I jokingly but truthfully say to people, you know, I couldn't be in the school system if I wasn't around basketball, man. You know, I definitely have to be involved in sports in some way if I was going to be, you know, working where I am. And I've enjoyed it over 20 years now. And so, you know, it's just been good for me. But that's kind of who we are, who I am, man. I've been in the sports as a player, you know, as an athletic trainer, you know, working as in sport medicine, and then going in as a coach, man. You know, and now a father of two kids, two of my beautiful kids who have also played sports, you know, along the way. So it's just been good for me, man, to help shape me where I am.
Okay. Okay, Coach. Well, Coach, the next question go kind of lead into what you was talking about, Coach. And you kind of asked that a little bit, but Coach. But let me ask you. So, when did you realize, Coach Bernard, that you wanted to be a coach? When did that coaching bug hit you, man?
Man, you know, like I say, man, once I stopped playing, you know,
Okay.
it's always, you know, yeah, I was just one of those guys that was probably nurtured, you know what I'm saying, by some really good coaches and influence, you know, had the right influences on that side on that side of life. And so, you know, when I got here in the Metroplex, again, I was working in spine rehab, and I'm gonna tell you where I got the bug, man. You know, I get this
Okay.
to you. I get this to you, baby. You know, I was in between jobs,
Okay.
and I went to a Coca-Cola tournament.
Okay.
I went to a DISD Coca-Cola tournament around the holidays. I was just sitting around the house, you know, didn't really have a job. Was looking for, you know, what's gonna be my next move. I knew what my passion was, but just didn't know what my move was gonna be.
Okay.
And I walked in, man, and it was Kimball versus Lincoln. And you
Hmm.
had some names out there on that floor, man. You had some names out there on that floor, man. Some kids, you know, I leave them in private, but they went to Oklahoma State and all over this country
Hmm.
playing
Hmm. Yes,
basketball, man.
sir.
And so, you know, man, just looking out on that court, I walked in and you know, I was looking at what was happening in the arena, what was happening in the tournament. And it wasn't 30 minutes later, I called my wife and I told her, and I had no way of knowing how I was going to do this. But I told my wife, I said, you know what, baby, I'm gonna be a head basketball coach in the state of Texas.
Hmm.
And that's what I told her, man. I didn't even have a job. I didn't have a job. I wasn't in the school system. You know what I mean? You know, and I just told my wife, you know, I said, I know what I'm gonna do now. You know, I'm leaving this sport medicine alone right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna become a head coach in the state of Texas. And so I started on that journey right then, man. It was at a Coca-Cola tournament, man, over there at Ellis Davis. You know what I mean? And just the energy of basketball and just the energy, of what was going on here in the Metroplex with basketball. It just kind of woke something up. What woke something up in me, man. And I started out, man. Coach Tom put me on. He brought me in. I was freshman B team coach,
Mm.
freshman B team coach in
Huh.
Grand Prairie. Uh,
Mm.
you know what I mean? That was my start, man. Freshman B team coach in Grand Prairie, man. So, I tell a lot of coaches, man, put that work in, man. It'll pay off, man. And I was blessed to get over there with Coach Douglas, man. I went over with Coach, had a chance to coach with Coach Dorsey, the great late Coach Dorsey, man. He
Yes,
rest,
sir.
man. He was
Rest
a
in
really
peace.
good
Rest in
man.
peace. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He brought me on over at the L, and I was coaching girls, freshman girl basketball over in Lancaster, man. And Coach Douglas saw what I was able to bring. And, he was impressed with what I was able to bring to the game, man. It just kind of blessed me, man. Gave me the opportunity to get on his staff. From there, man, it was, the rest was history, man. But it was a Coca-Cola tournament, man, here in the Metroplex, man. That woke me up. And I've been coaching, man, ever since, man. I've been on fire, man, about coaching kids ever since.
Man, Coach Bernard, man, it's crazy, man. We just talked about this off camera. That sometimes, man, that you hear the same things, it's a good thing. And I'm gonna just relay that, man, as far as what your experience, man. 'Cause I was interviewing Coach Gerald Smith over at Madison, and I was asking him, when he got the coaching bug and decided he wanted to coach, and he had kind of like the same exact story. Coach, he said, man, he had came to a game, he was watching Kimball and Lincoln, might have been the same game because he was doing the same time period with those same type of kids. He said he was watching the game, man, and he said, man, after the game, he said, just how what you said, just how electrifying the game was, and just the atmosphere, man. He said after that, man, he told his brother Nick, hey Nick, I want to coach. I think that's what I want to do. I want to coach. So he said, he finished up, his degree or what have you, and he got into coaching. But he said that's what got him, man. He said it's coming to a game, that atmosphere, man. That man, you know how we do it down here, coach.
Oh
You know how
yeah,
we
oh
do it
yeah,
down
oh
here,
yeah,
man.
man. The best in the country, man. You can't beat what's going on in North Texas, man, with this basketball, man.
Oh
You
yeah,
can't
man.
beat it nowhere, man. So, and it's been good to me, man. So that's what got me started, man. What I mean? Just really got me on fire about it. And like I said, I had no way of how I was gonna do it. I didn't even know, I started learning, how competitive it was to be a head coach in Texas. You know what I mean? It's some really, really good coaches, man, floating
Oh
around
yeah.
the state, man, over the years. And so, but the confidence in what I had, I was just gonna put the work in, and when it happened for me, it happened for me. You know what I mean? It was down the line. We had, I had some good runs, as an assistant head coach and as an assistant over there with Coach Doug. But you know what I mean? To get out and branch out as a head coach was what I set out to do, and just got the opportunity, man. When it came, I just took it and ran with it.
Oh yeah, coach. But once again, on TaylorMade Hoops, we got Coach Bernard, head coach at Denton Ryan High School. Just talking a little basketball, man. Just hanging out, man. With me and Coach, man, we doing private. We just bringing it to you, to you on the bigger stage, man.
Oh yeah,
Coach,
oh yeah.
you know how we do it, Coach. Coach, let me ask this, Coach. I heard you talk about a few people, Coach, earlier, but let the viewers know who influenced you the most as a coach. I know it may be a lot of people, Coach. You may not be able to say one person, but if you just tell us, maybe one or
Man,
two,
man, like I say, man, in my upbringing, man, Coach James, late great Coach James, man, and Coach Peterson down in the Mississippi Delta,
Okay,
Coach Henderson, man, who was our offense coordinator, was my quarterback coach coming up. Man, I had some really good men, in my upbringing, man, you know what I mean, as a young guy who had the right influences on my life. And then when I got here in the Metroplex, man, I just met some outstanding people, man. You know what I
okay,
mean? A lot of these people have been coaching years before me. You know what I mean? And they were just able, they were brothers, away on and off the camera, man. Coach Douglas, man, has just been a big influence on me, man. Coach Love over there at Carter, man. I call those guys, man, about every little thing, man. And even when I started my journey, you know what I mean? And we talked about it. When I went over with Coach Douglas, I said, Coach, man, my job, coach, or my main goal is to become a head coach. And he said, Coach, I got you. He said, Coach,
mm-hmm.
man, we'll put you in position, man, to do what you need to do, man, and give you an opportunity, man, to coach like you need to coach and develop yourself. And then when it happened, man, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be for you, man. And so those guys are continually, man, they still some big influences on me, man. Coach Barney, my man over there, Coach, like I said, Coach Love was over there. Coach Tom was over at Grand Prairie. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Those guys, man, were just real good to me, man. Coach Thigpen, you know, he's a great mentor of mine.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I lean on Coach Thigpen a whole lot. You know what I mean? He and I, he just kind of calls and checks on me all the time. But these people,
Oh yeah.
man, you know, these guys are really passionate about what they've done, what they do. They're really invested, you know, in kids, you know, throughout the years, man. And so those guys, even though, you know, they're slightly a little bit older than me, you know, those guys have really influenced what, you know, me here in the Metroplex being a coach, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, coach. Well, coach, man, let everybody know, coach. How many years have you been coaching? And talk about a few of the spots you coached at. You kind of talked about Lancaster and other spots, but if you don't mind, go ahead and let everybody know where some of the spots you coached at, Coach
After I
Bernard.
got out of graduate school, man, you know, I got my master's degree down in United States Sports Academy. I had an opportunity to go back home, go back to my hometown and coach at my high school.
Okay.
Got a chance to coach some basketball there with Coach
Oh
McKnight
man.
before he retired. And, you know, he kind of gave me an opportunity, man. He kind of gave me the keys and gave me an opportunity to coach the squad down there. And then that kind of got me going. And then when I got here, man, like I said, you know, I started off, man, over in Grand Prairie. I started over with Grand Prairie with Tom Inman, ninth grade, freshman, ninth grade, B team basketball. Went over to Lancaster, man, and coached girls, freshman girls. And, you know, Coach Dorsey and I gave me an opportunity to really be a part of what the varsity team was doing over there. And so I was able to kind of put my hands in and out that whole program. And so that was good for me. And then from there, man, you know, back before we won those, you know, I was part of those winning championships over in Lancaster, man. I joined the staff with Coach Douglas in 2014, 2015. And, you know, in that year, man, we just kind of, you know, I was just along with the ride, man, and getting helping it, get that thing to the next level with Coach Doug over there, man. So, you know, those back-to-back championships and seeing those young guys raise up and getting back down to San Antonio again in 2020. You know, COVID did something, you know, to a lot of people. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And one of the things it did for me, man, was just kind of let me know that anything can happen at any time. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? We were on the bus about to play a state championship game. I was about to coach against my dad down
Mm.
in the semifinals game down there again, about to play against Hightower. Man, we were team meal, had the team meal. We headed back to the hotel, about to get dressed, man, and everything changed. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like the entire world changed in like 30 seconds, man. And so,
Mm.
you know, from there, what that did for me, man, was that just let me know, you know, I really wanted to do one more year. Had a kid over there in Wade Taylor. I wanted to see him all the way through. But you know, that 2020 year, I talked to my wife and talked to my coaching staff, man. They was like, hey, man, it's a good opportunity for you to take that job over at Spruce. And so, you know, I went and joined the DISD family, went over to Pleasant Grove and just kind of hit the ground over there at Spruce, man. You know, it's one of them places, man, where you really find out if you want to be a coach or not,
There you
man.
go. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? You really want to find out if you want to coach high school basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? Touch up in DISD, and then let's see where you are. And so 3 years in a row, playoffs over there. You know, we started out a program when I took over. We were 172, 175. When I left, man, we had graced the top 50, man. You know what I mean? 3 years in a row in the playoffs, you know what I mean? And we were knocking on the door of being really good, man, on some years. But, man, and that kept my success rolling and gave me an opportunity to come here to Den Ryan in 2020 last year, 23, 24. And so now I'm here, man. We've had a really good start. You know what I mean? The people have taken the community has taken to me really well, man. I've kind of assimilated and planted some roots here, man. I really love it up here. Great kids and family, man. Great atmosphere for sports, man. Great atmosphere for raising kids and educating kids as a whole. So now I'm here at Den Ryan, man. You know what I mean? And I can see myself being here for a little while. My son is here. He gets an opportunity to play here. He's a sophomore this year. He's a rising sophomore, putting a lot of work in. Zayden Bernard, you know what I mean? And so he's looking to kind of have a breakout season, but he's, just to see him in a really good environment where he can kind of grow and get better, man, that's just added on for me as a father and a coach. So now I'm here at Den Ryan, man. 2025 is loading, 24, 25, and we'll see how it goes, man.
Oh yeah, coach. It's go time, coach. Hey, viewers, once again, TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner. I got Coach Bernard on, head coach at Denton High School. Hey, Coach Bernard, you know, I'm gonna ask you about that, man. Me being a DISD guy myself. Let me ask this, coach. How did coaching in Dallas ISD at Spruce High School prepare you for your current coach position at Denton, coach?
Oh man, just so many aspects of what we had to deal with and what we had to go through, and what we had and how we had to work over at Spruce, man. You know, it's situations that come up all the time, man. Whether it's the smallest things or the biggest things, you know what I
Mhm.
mean. Whether it's dealing with kids who have real life issues, man, and being able to help them, nurture them through those things. Maybe able to deal with limited resources, man, and make it happen. You know what I mean? Take what you have and make the best out of it. You know what I mean? In terms of personnel and talent and facilities and everything. You know what I mean? And so, one of the things that when I took the job over at Spruce, I had one assistant, right? I had
Mm.
Coach Johnson with me and Coach McKinney, who also joined on with us, man. But when I got there, man, I told my coaches, I said, man, we're gonna coach like we're in a big time program. I said, I
Okay.
just left Lancaster High School, and I said, I'm not gonna do anything different at Spruce that I didn't do at Lancaster. We're not gonna be
Okay.
missing on anything that we didn't do. And so we just took that program, the same thing that we were going running over there in terms of the winning life, which Coach Douglas has coined the name of the program over there. We adapted that same, same type of mantra, winning as a lifestyle. Is kind of how we deem our basketball program. We brought the winning as a lifestyle program over to Spruce. You know what I mean? And so when we did that, man, it just help build and help me nurture and grow. And so when I was able to take over a place like Denton Ryan, man, where standards are high, expectation is high, you know what I mean, and you have what you need to get done, but to be grounded and to be humble, you know what I mean, and understand what it takes to really be good. Those are the things that I bring from Spruce, man, because it's not all the glamour and all the glitz and and all those
Mhm.
things. Those things are good, things, and those things make you stay a long time. But at the end of the day, man, man, it's still a grind. You know what I mean? If you're humble enough and understand what that is, you can kind of coach anywhere.
Oh no, coach! I tell folks that, man. Hey, man. Hey, if you take the job, Spruce over there, man. Great job. Shout out to Coach Paul Richardson, and all them good folks over there, man. Them are people, man. Good people, man. But like I
Oh
said,
yeah,
it's a grind. It's one of them grind type of jobs where it's a great job, like you say, to have what have you. But you got to understand, man, that hey, you gonna have to work, man. You gonna have to
yeah,
grind, man.
man. And
You gonna have
don't
to
let me
grind.
miss, man. Don't let me miss. Shout out to Coach Rich, man. Coach Rich gave me that shot, man. You know what I
Coach Rich,
mean?
good people, man. Good people,
Coach
man.
Rich
Him and
gave
his
me that
dad,
shot,
yes sir.
man, and he supported me the whole way.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And he supported me even when the Denton Ryan job came up, man. He was really, he was really supportive. It's like, Coach, man, that's a great opportunity, man. You got to go ahead and take that, man. I
Okay.
understand.
Okay.
He said, I understand, Coach. You know what I mean? He said, man, I sure appreciate the job you done here with our kids, and he's
Yeah.
one of those lifers, man, and one of those dudes again that just kind of exemplifies what it means to be one of these guys in this profession.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Coach Rich is A1, man. He's an A1 guy, man. And so, he and
Hmm.
his dad helped me get things rock and rolling over there. But support, man, they still support me today. I saw his dad just the other day, man, at a showcase. You know what I mean? And just he always, man, just support me, man. I appreciate him. So don't let me miss that, man. Coach CJ, man. He my guy over there, old Carl Richardson, man. He the man over there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He gave me my
Hey,
shot,
hey,
man. Yeah, he sure
hey.
did. He took a chance on me. I probably interviewed for about 20 jobs, man. I learned about it's hard to get a coach job in Texas, man. There's
Oh,
some really
no.
good coaches out here,
Oh
man.
yeah.
You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? So, but for somebody to give me an opportunity, man, I definitely always grateful for that.
Oh yeah, man. Now, Coach Rich, man, like you say, good people, man. Good people.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
get no better than him, Coach.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh yeah.
like,
A1 dude right there, man. For sure.
oh yeah. Hey, I call his dad, man. You know, I played for his dad in Little League for the Trojans
Okay.
way back in the
Okay.
day, Coach
Okay.
Bernard. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been knowing the fab, like you say, me, Carl a little bit older than me, but I came up with his brother Courtney that played at SMU, played
Okay.
football or whatever. Yeah. So now we grew up together, man. Like I say, man, Coach Rich and Coach Mayo, man, probably had the biggest influence on my life, man. Coach Rich,
Okay.
I'm 5, 6 years old, man, playing the Salvation Army over there in Elam in the Grove, baby. So
There you
now
go.
I call him the mirror, baby. That's the mirror,
There you
baby.
go. The mayor over there, man. Oh yeah, he
Yes,
is
sir.
the mayor, man. You right about that.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, man, hey, I'm just hanging out with my main man, Coach Bernard, head coach at Denton Ryan High School on TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner. Coach, let me ask this, Coach, man. You talked about coaching with Coach Douglas. How was it coaching with with the legend Coach Farron Douglas at Lancaster High School? And what did you learn from him that you still use in your program today, Coach Bernard?
Man, the thing about it, man, that's my brother right there, man. You know what I mean? And that's a guy, man, that me and him, spent long hours, man, game planning long hours, talking about this game, talking about kids, man. And I'm telling you, number one, man, is passion, man. You know what I mean? What people don't understand and really know about that, that's one passionate dude about this basketball game,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And you got to have some more than just liking basketball to be good at it. You know what I mean? But you talking about a guy, man, that's really passionate, about what he does every day. And I know that just continues for him. And then the other part about that, man, is just preparedness, man. That guy there, really taught me how to work hard, man. He really, really taught me what, the value of what hard work looks like. You know what I mean? And I remember one day we were in the weight room, and there was a particular college basketball coach that came up, and our coaches come up and watch practice and watch us get after it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And one coach, Coach Douglas would always give those coaches an opportunity to speak to the kids. You know what I mean? He reached over, he said, "Hey, coach, you got something to say, man, to these kids, man? You got anything for our guys before you go?" And the coach looked up, man. He said, man, he was all the way from Nebraska, I think. And he said, "Coach," he said, "man, I thought you guys were winning here, man, just because you guys had talent." He
Mm.
said, "But coach, I've been from New York to LA." And he said, "It ain't a team in America that's outworking this program." He said, "It
Mm.
ain't a team in America that's outworking this program." He said, "Coach, I recruit from California to New York. I remember."
Mm.
And as a matter of fact, it was a coach from Missouri. His pops, his son played in the league. The kid that could shoot for Denver. What's his name, man? Porter Jr.
Oh,
Porter
Michael
Jr.'s
Porter
dad.
Jr. Yes,
Yeah, it
sir.
was his
Yeah,
dad.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was his dad.
yeah, yeah.
And he sat back and he said, "Coach, man," and so just the value of hard work every day. You know what I mean? Just the value of getting the most out of every day, and getting the most out of your kids, man. I really take that passion and that commitment to hard work from Coach Doug, man. You know what I mean? And from there, man, the rest of it just pays off. You know what I mean? Falls in line. But if you got that passion, you got that commitment, you know what I mean, to really work hard every day. And it ain't no joke about it. You know what I mean? Everybody can't play in some of these programs, man. They work like they
Yeah.
work, man. So everybody can't play there, man. So,
Yep.
and that's what I strive to be here, man. Just, really, really have, instill in my kids the value of having that passion, and then be really to put that work in every day, man. You gotta put it in every day at a high level, if you want to play at a high level.
Hey, Coach, I'm gonna tell you something, man, about Coach Doug. Hey, that's another A1 day one, man. Good dude, good brother, man. Like I say, now he real passionate, man. Now he passionate, baby. Now,
Oh,
seriously, and oh yeah, no doubt, Coach. And me and Coach Doug, like you say, man, it's all about relationship. We go way back. I remember when I first started coaching back, when I came back home, coaching high school ball in 2002. uh he still was coached at Lincoln, and he was assistant at Lincoln with Coach Bishop, and I was assistant over at Carter with Coach Rob Wright, man. So we
yeah.
go back there far, man, throughout the years, man.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just funny. It's just funny. We end up bumping to each other, man, in the regional finals when I was over at Pinkston, man. We made to the regional finals. We end up playing them, man. They end up beating us, man. And I still joke with him about it. I said, hey, man, if Tony Mitchell was healthy, man, we would have got you, Coach. He started laughing. Oh, you know how Coach Doug, real humble, real humble guy.
Very humble, man.
Very humble. Oh my God,
Very
very humble.
humble.
Hey, he didn't talk about his team. He started talking about it. He said, "Oh man, y'all had a squad, coach, man. Yeah, coach, blah blah blah." No, good dude, man. Doug, man, good dude, man. That's my
Hey,
boy,
hey,
man.
hey, but make no mistake about it, man. That boy there is a warrior and a competitor, man. You know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean? But
Yes,
he
sir.
very, very humble man and very humble dude. You know what I mean? And he kind of exemplifies that all the time. You know what I mean? You know, and like I say, I know him, you know, on the court, off the court, in front of the camera and off the camera. So, he's one of them dudes, man. You know, he's passionate, man. He's gonna get after it, you know, in a competitive manner all the time. So his kids, you know, they exemplify that. You can tell.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, Coach, we gonna move tracks, man. And talk a little bit about team culture and things of that sort, Coach. Uh, Let me ask this, Coach. You've been in a few programs, like you say, head coach is Spruce. Now you over at Denton Ryan. So let me ask you, Coach. As a coach, if I'm coming in as a coach or what have you, trying to build my team or what have you, how do you establish a great team culture in your program, and how do you maintain that culture on a daily basis, Coach Bernard?
Well, man, when you talk about culture, it's just talking about, to me, that means, you know, how you do things and how we do things as a
Hmm.
program, what the
Hmm.
expectation is as a program. And so you have to have your non-negotiables. You know what I mean? You got to have your non-negotiables on a daily
Okay.
basis that, the kids understand, this is what it is and this is the expectation on a daily basis. You know what I mean? You know, even things as simple as jogging into the athletic period. You know what I
Okay.
mean? My guys don't walk into the period. My guys jog into the period. We don't have a lot of time here every day to get after it. And so my guys jog into the period. But that's just the mentality, about what we're about to get ready to do when it comes to getting ready for basketball. You know what I mean? And so you got to have your non-negotiables, and you got to stick to them, and they got to hear them and see them. They got to hear
Okay.
them. They got to see them. And so you have to walk the walk yourself. Especially here in high school. The head coach is probably the biggest example. Your coaching staff is after that. And so, for your non-negotiables, you have to also walk that walk and be
Okay.
able to show the kids, I'm here every day with you. I'm here prepared.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm here ready to work hard every day. I'm here. You can see coaching staff. You can see us sacrificing some things for the greatest of the good of the team. And then you have your standards. You know what I mean? And for us this year, the last 2 years for us, our standards have been rooted in just one simple word, man, which is attitude. You know what I mean? How we do things, how you do things. My kids learn early. Attitude is better than aptitude. How you do something is way better than you being really good at it. And
Okay.
so how we treat each other, how we talk to each other, you know what I mean? How we handle each other on and off the court, how we move about the building, it's all about having the right attitude. You know what I mean?
Okay.
How we turn on a tough attitude. You know what I mean? When it's time to be aggressive, when it's time to, to really get after it, or also when it's time to soften up. Right now our campus is going through something. You know what I mean? We had a real family member lost here in Coach De La Torre here. And so our campus is kind of going through something right now. And we talked about our guys with our word being attitude. How will you support? What's
Okay.
going to be your way to support? How do we do things? You know what I mean? And so today we talked about giving a kind word and making sure, that a kind word goes a long way to classmates and faculty members and family members who are grieving right now. And so for us, man, our whole culture, man, is just based on our non-negotiables, man, some standards that we set. And then, like I said, it's all rooted and springs from our word attitude. Our
Okay.
guys say that all the time. You know what I mean? What type of attitude? How are we going to approach this possession? You know what I mean? We're going to break the huddle, and we're going to break the huddle with an attitude this year. You know what I mean? And that's the way we're going to approach everything. You know what I mean? With the right perspective, because it's more important about how you do things, than necessarily being good at it. You know what I mean? Being good at it is definitely important. But your aptitude is definitely important. But I'll take a kid with a great attitude versus a kid, who's really good at everything with a bad attitude. So that
Mhm.
for us, that kind of stems everything we do. And that goes through my assistant coaches, bringing that same attitude and being able to exemplify that every day. You know what I mean? That's kind of how we're establishing our culture here at Spruce, man. I mean at Denton Ryan, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, now no doubt about that, Coach, man. You brought up a good point, man. That every coach does, man. I was talking with Coach BT Thomas at Faith Family yesterday, man, and he said the same thing, man, about your attitude. What have you, how you approach things means a lot. And that's something, Coach, that you, as you well know, that we teaching these kids more than just basketball, because ball just basketball. That's a small part, man. We know coaching, man, is counseling, mentorship, things of that sort. Teach them life skills. So you teach them a life skill, Coach, about having the right attitude. So just like every day, Coach, I may not want to get up to go to work, but hey, when I get up, when I get there, when I get in front of the kids deserve my best. You know, they deserve, like I
Right.
said, my best attitude, what have you. So, Coach, I'm gonna suck it up, Coach, and like you say, sometimes you got to bring it. Like my principal tell me, hey, I need to bring the energy every day, Mr. Saylor, Coach. That bring the energy, baby. So got to have the right attitude, Coach. Because if you got the wrong attitude, that's when you don't perform at your best. That's when
Oh yeah.
sometimes you end up saying things you don't want to say, or doing things you end up regretting because you had a messed up attitude. So no, man, that's a
Oh yeah.
life skill, Coach. That's a life
Yeah,
skill, Coach.
man. Yeah, that ball's gonna start bouncing one day for everybody, man.
Oh yeah.
And so these kids are gonna have to move into the next phase of their life. Like I say, right now, our kids, we're addressing some things, and that's kind of what we're talking about, man. Eventually, man, we're a family, and so eventually the ball's gonna stop bouncing, but we'll still be a family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to make sure we impart those things on our kids, man, for sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But once again, man, on TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner, I got the great man. He my boy, so he great. I don't mess with scrubs. The great Coach Bernard, baby. I mess with number
I
winners, baby.
appreciate it.
Winners, baby. We winners on TaylorMade Hoops. But now, Coach, let me ask this, Coach. Is there any difference in your ability to establish team culture at a inner city school compared to a suburban school, Coach?
Man, the thing I found, man, because I think I've been, all extremes and in the middle. You know what I mean? I've coached
Okay.
at one of the top programs in the country, man, and coaching a program where I took over, we were number 175. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Coaching a program where resources, were a little bit limited, into a place where hey, man, we've got all the facilities and everything that we need. But one thing that I found, man, kids are kids everywhere I've been.
Okay.
Kids are kids, kids are kids everywhere I've been, man. Families, good families, man, well-to-do families, man, poor families, man, middle class, upper class families. They all want the same, man. They want what's best for their kid. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They want what's best for their children. And so as long as we're treating people the right way, what I found, man, is that children are children everywhere I go. And the students are students everywhere I go. They're not that big of a difference. It's a human nature. You know what I mean? The human condition. Of growing up as a teenager, the human conditions of you know what I mean, of having to go to class and having to pass a
Mm-hmm.
class. Got to go home and do my chores, or my mom's struggling at home. I got to go home and help mom. You get that everywhere, man. The human condition, in a public school, man, is everywhere. And that's really where I put my focus, is on working with my athletes. And so, when I see that, to me, man, coming from my background, people are people, man, everywhere
Mm-hmm.
you go. And
Mm-hmm.
so I haven't found it, any different in terms of more difficult or less difficult.
Okay.
The job is what it is. You got to rope in a group of kids every year. You got to grow up a new set of freshmen every year. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? You got some you're gonna have the discipline. You got some that's gonna do 100% right. You know what I mean? And that human condition exists everywhere on this planet, man. Everywhere in high school system, as far as I'm concerned. And so, I hadn't found it, to be a big difference just because it's a suburban area. You know what I mean? There are some differences logistically. But I
Mhm.
think that's at every school, and every school district has a way that they do things, in terms of the school district and what's expected, from the higher ups in the district. That's different everywhere you go. And that's an adjustment. But as far as the kids, man, as far as the players, the human condition exists. That's kind of how I look at it. The human condition
Mhm.
exists for us all everywhere. And so for me, man, I just come right on in, man, and just kind of merge in with students, and it don't matter. My wife like to say I got kid magic. She might be watching, you know what I mean? So I give her some credit, man. But she said, Coach Bernard, she said, baby, you got kid magic. You know how to get kids roped in and really get them to rocking and rolling, whether it's in the classroom or on the court. And I don't think there's been any difference where I was at Spruce or where I was here.
Oh yeah, Coach. And when I was coming up with that question, I was thinking about myself and mine, Coach. Because seriously, I remember coaching, in most, inner city schools and things of that sort. most of my career. Then I end up getting a head job down in Cumbie, Texas, a 2A school, right by not too far from A&M Commerce. And so predominantly, man, crazy thing, but great thing, man, great experience. Like say, that's why I learned what you said. What you said is right, coach. Kids are kids, coach, man. Like at the end of the day, man, kids gonna be kids somewhat. They may try you, they gonna be a little undisciplined or whatever the case may be. But the funny thing was, Coach Bernard, man, uh, everybody used to ask me this, like, my DISD friends, my other coaching friends would ask me, hey, coach, man, is there a difference coach down there at Columbia? What have you? Because, every kid on the team was white or what have you, and it was a time, like you said, I think I made history. I was the first coach and faculty member that was non-white at the school. So, so it's one of them situations, coach. So I always get people ask me, hey, coach, man, how's it different coaching those kids? I just tell them, what I would tell them is, hey, man, you know what? There ain't no difference coaching them kids than coaching kids at Carter, coaching kids, over at Pinkston, whatever. I said, because at the end of the day, I said, these kids I got, I said, hey, only difference is that when you tell them something, what have you, compared to maybe being other places, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get the put like the attitude, what you just say is going to be a little bit different. What I mean by that is, coach, you follow me, whereas with those kids, hey, I tell them do something, it's going to be yes, sir, no, sir. But the craziest thing would be, coach, is that they would still be undisciplined because they get in the game and I would tell them to do something, coach. I'm like, hey, man, we discuss, hey, man, take their charge, whatever, like this. They get in the game and do the exact opposite. And then, come to the bench and it wouldn't, still be, I'm like, man, what you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, coach, whatever the case may be. So it wasn't no difference. Whereas if I had a kid that pinched it, well, like, hey, man, touch the line. We running the suicide. He don't touch the line, Coach Bernard. But the difference is with a kid somewhere else, you might get a little more different feedback or, might be a little more different as far as that. But with them kids, it's the same thing. So I told folks, like you said, Coach,
Yeah,
ain't no difference.
they don't want to touch the line in the suburbs, just like they don't want to touch it in the neighborhood, man. I know they don't want to touch the line nowhere, man. So
Oh, yeah.
we gotta teach all that a little bit. We used to call that, simple discipline. You know what I mean? It's real simple discipline, man. Just touch the line, but you're gonna get some drawback. That running, hey, then like I say, that running ain't fun for nobody. Yeah, they don't like that track no more here than they did at Lancaster, man. So, you know what I mean? But it is, man. Kids,
Well, Coach.
if you're gonna last, you gotta believe in these kids, man, and treat them all the same. You treat everybody, with the same type of approach. It might not be, the exact same interactions all the time, but you know what I mean. You still have the right attitude about how you want to treat the kids. You're gonna get those results from them.
That's a
Well,
fact.
Coach, man, our main man, Coach Washington joined us, man. So
Apologize.
we go. What's up, Coach? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. How about yourself? Sorry for being late, man. I had a little family thing.
Oh, no, you good, Coach, man. Me and Coach Bernard, we was talking noise about you, man. I said, I know my boy gonna show up, man. We just go bring him in, man. It's all good,
man.
Coach.
Hey, you don't want to say on camera, man. He was in there running 5 hours, 7 hours, 8 hour practice, man. He like me, man. We gotta keep that kind of stuff. Nah, I know Rod in a good situation, man. That's a good. That's a gym rat right there, man. You be a good family man, man.
Well, Coach Bernard, man, don't fall asleep on me, man. I'm a backtrack, man, and I'm gonna talk with Coach watch a little bit, let the viewers know a little bit about him, Coach. Man, I'm so happy, man, that I got two good personal friends on, man. I always tell folks, man, when I do stuff like this, man, it's all about relationships, man. I rock with who rock with me, man, and these are two good dudes. I'm bringing in to my viewers, Coach Rodney Washington, head coach at Crandall High School. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good. How about yourself, man?
I'm good, Coach. Coach, we're gonna go ahead, man, and get started with you, man, and stay engaged with us, Coach Bernard. Don't fall asleep on me, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, Rodney. So let everybody know where did you grow up, Coach Wash, in your athletic and educational journey, and where did you play collegiately at, Coach?
Well, I say I'm born in Los Angeles, reared in Texas. So I moved by 9 or 10 years of age, man, and my father was a head coach at was assistant coach at Samuel, became head coach at Adamson. So I was always that little boy tagging along, watching my father at every game, being a ball boy, being a water boy, that type of thing. And I ended up going to North Mesquite High School.
Okay.
In North Mesquite, I went to Brookhaven Junior College, which won the national championship and lost. and I played my last 2 years at University of Hawaii.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I always tease you, man, about going to Hawaii, man, because you said everybody you had multiple offers, man, and then you said even your parents, man, even your dad and mom was tripping when you say, hey man, I'm going to University of Hawaii. They were like, huh?
Yeah, my mom was like, yeah, I know you want to go away, but not that far. But it was as a kid, man, I always wanted to go to Hawaii,
Okay.
and my father was a big fan of Hawaii 5-0.
Yes, sir.
How beautiful the island was, and like I said, I had multiple offers, but that trip to Hawaii was like, oh wow, I got to do this. And I took a visit, and I had canceled all 4 of my other unofficial visits. My official visits I was supposed to go on. Like, this is where I want to go. And my mom, my uncles wanted to kill me because I turned out some pretty good offers, man. But that was an experience in itself, man. Everybody can't say they went to school in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Coach Bernard, man, hey, you still with me, baby?
Man, I'm with you, man.
Okay, man.
I'm
Hey,
with you.
okay, man. So, to my viewers moving in, man, as you can tell, man, I'm very excited, man, because like you say, man, we ain't doing nothing but just bringing the conversations, man, that me, Coach Bernard, Coach Washington, we have all the time, man. So I'm excited, man. So once again, to my viewers, Coach's Corner, I got Coach Bernard, head coach Denton High School on, and Coach Rodney from Crandall High School, and we catching up with Coach Washington. It's all good, man. So let me ask this, Wash, what role did athletics play in your life growing up, and how important was playing sports, Coach Wash?
Man, playing sports was pretty important, man. But my father being a coach, he always put a big emphasis on education.
Yes.
You need something to fall back on. But sports, I think sports shaped me. Made me compare. I was always a competitive person. And
Okay.
sometimes you can't be too competitive, but also I learned passion. And I learned how to lead a team. I put me in a leadership opportunity, and I just thought it played a major role in my life and how.
Oh yeah. Coach. Well, let me ask this here, Coach Wash, man. When did you realize that you wanted to be a coach? When did that coaching bug hit you, Wash?
Man, it hit me probably when I got done playing. I had a little small stint playing over in Japan for a little bit, not long.
Okay.
I came back. I coached at the boys club. I coached a little team for a little bit, and I remember moving back to Texas in 2000, and I coached Team Texas, the little
Okay.
AAU they had, and had some good kids. And I was working at FedEx, and I remember my mother saying, "Man, you're missing out on your calling." I said, "What's that?" She said, "Kids, you worked with kids when you was in college." I said, "No, I don't want to do that. I don't be no teacher." She said, "You want to coach, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I do." And so I pursued. My mother said, "Do me a favor, go sub." And fell in love. Right, 23 years later, fell in love.
Oh man, that's funny, Coach. I tell everybody that, man, that seriously, man, if you think about getting an education, the best way to figure out if you build for that coach, go sub. Go sub, man. Seriously, go sub. Go sub.
I tell you something that's crazy is my mother retired from corporate, 35 years at IBM. Now she's teaching. So
What?
yeah, my whole family, father, my little brother, my mother, and me, my wife, we all teachers, we all educators.
Okay. Well, Coach Bernard, I'm gonna come back to you, Coach Bernard, man, because I want to keep you engaged, my man. So, Coach Bernard, I'm gonna come back to you, Coach Wash. Hold tight for me, man.
Good.
Coach Bernard, we're gonna talk a little about X and O's, Coach Bernard. So, tell me, Coach Bernard, what is your offensive and defensive philosophy? How do you like to play, Coach Bernard?
Fast, man. we want to be aggressive, man. We want to play fast, man. Offensively, you know what I mean. With us, our guys hear a lot about player movement and ball movement. I know if Coach Doug watching, he could probably tell you Coach Bernard is about that player movement and ball movement, baby. And so we really just want to make sure that we keep defenses on the hill sometimes if we can, man, and make sure we kind of being aggressive with our ball movement and our actions off the ball. I think we talked a little bit about that earlier. Most kids are going to spend about 20 seconds a game shooting the basketball. You know what I mean? Even if they get 10 shots, it's probably going to take about 20 seconds to get that done. But the other 31 plus minutes, that basketball game, man, there's a lot going on. It has to happen, Defensively, man, you know, what we really strive to be, man, is really we try to dictate, you know, what other teams are able to do on the defensive end. It kind of limits our, you know, our need to have to think so much on the defensive end and be aggressive.
Okay.
And so we have some standards and some principles that we try to instill in our defense, which hopefully, you know, when we're doing it the right way, gives the offense, you know, limited options. And then that way, we can kind of know how we want to address and how we want to play against those options. And so we want to kind of dictate on the defensive end, man. It's kind of where we are right now. Is really turn our kids up defensively. You know, again, coming from the winning and lifestyle format, man, war is what our kids are here. We say war around here, and there's no difference at the other program I was at. But if we hear war around here, that means defense and rebounding. And so we really take pride in defending. We relentlessly when we can, and then that's kind of what we're trying to build. But you know, philosophically, you know, we want to kind of know what we're doing, limit some things the deep offense is able to do, so that we know how we can approach and how we can guard the things that we're allowing them to be able to do. So, you know, that's kind of where we are on our end, man. But on the offensive end, you know, we need movement. We need that ball to move. We need kids to move. And as long as we can do that, man, we put a defense in a position where they have to make some decisions on how they guard us.
Okay, okay. All right. Coach Wash, man, let me come back to you, Coach Wash. Let me ask this, Coach Wash, who influenced you the most as a coach?
Probably gotta be my father.
Okay.
I've followed that for years, man, and he's still in my ear. So, you know,
Yeah.
father. But I also had a junior college coach, Rupert Alexander.
Okay.
I kind of emulated his style a little bit, but my father was my biggest influence.
No doubt. Hey, I definitely know we're gonna get. Hey, you know, I got a question for you on that, man. Hey, we ain't gonna let people know yet who your legendary father is, man. If they watch, they kind of know. If they know basketball, you said you already kind of said it. You already kind of said it. So if they know, they know. Coach P. Let me ask this, Coach. Coach Wash. How many years have you coached, and where have you coached at, Coach?
This is year 23 for me. I spent 12 years in middle school in Mesquite. Kimbrough Middle School was my start. Year in North Mesquite. I spent 3 years at Samuel, and me and Coach Bernard got something in common. I spent 4 years at Spruce.
Mm-hmm.
So when I left Spruce, Bernard replaced me at Spruce.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Had to follow a living legend, man. Had to follow a living legend over there, man. You know. You talking about making me go to work, man. They talking about you had Watch left me. I said, where Watch go, man? He gone to Crandall. I said, oh man, I got some work to do, man. Man, take a big time job like that, man. He had to do it. That know what he doing, man.
That was a tough leave, though, man. I really enjoyed them 4 years at Spruce, though, man. I think that shaped me really as a coach right there. 4 years. I got to go through and deal with, but it's, you know, the kids' relationships, man. Well, no matter where you're at, like Bernard said, kids are kids, man. You build that relationship, no telling what they might do for you, man.
Oh no, Coach, no. It's all about relationships, man. Before you hopped out, me and Coach Bernard was talking about that, man. That kids are kids, and no matter where you go, whether you coach in the inner city, in the suburbs, what have you, parents want what's best for the kids. The only difference is maybe the way they communicate, it at times, but they all want the same thing, Coach.
Yeah,
well, Coach, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, you're right, man. That's just the thing about it, man. Parents, when they send their kids to school, man, you know, and I've heard somebody else say they don't keep their good ones at home. They don't keep the bad ones at home and send the good ones, and they send them all. You know what I mean? But you know, for us, you know, my thing, man, is that high school experience. I think is very important. You know what I mean? That's one of the things I learned from Coach Rich over there at Spruce. You know what I mean? That's one of his terms he would use a lot. And I've adopted that idea, you know what I mean, is that high school experience for a kid, whether, you know, they go off and play college basketball or not, you know, being a part of something in high school, you know, is really going to, you know, hopefully shape their life and a big part of their growing up. So, you know, that, you know, whether you're at Spruce or at Denton Ryan, you know what I mean, the kid comes through, it's their high school career. You're the head coach there, and that high school experience should be valuable to them. So it really don't matter.
Oh yeah. Once again, on TaylorMade Hoops Coaching Corner, I got the great Coach Rodney Washington, head coach at Crandall High School, and the great Coach Bernard, head coach at Denton. They hanging out with me, man. I really appreciate their time. Coach Wash, man, you spoke of it, and we just got through speaking of it, man. Coach Wash, how did coaching in Dallas ISD and at Spruce High School prepare you for your current coaching position at Crandall?
I mean, this you had at Spruce, you really had to teach the game.
Mm-hmm.
teach it, and spend time, and you had to have show patience. It gave me patience, man. It taught me patience. I'm saying, it taught me a lot. But over there, you're more like a father figure. More, I'll make Crandall may be the same thing, but it's more at Spruce. I deal with more, one parent families at Spruce than I do at Crandall.
Okay.
And this, man, it's just this, but like I like going back to what Bernard said, man. Kids are kids, man. And when the kids at Spruce, after it took me, 2 years before I got that yes or no, sir. Because I would respond to them with that. They ask me a question, I say no, sir, yes, sir. Respect is earned, man. I say respect me, I respect you. And you show them love, man. You do fundraisers where they can eat and do tournaments outside the neighborhood. Take them to different places. I had a chef cook for them. Just different things, man, to show them kids some love, and that you can grind. You just grind. You can come out of any situation, and it just molded me, man. I mean, I would not trade that experience in for nothing. Being at Spruce.
Oh man, hey, Coach Bernard, when I asked him the same question, he said that, Coach, that man, there was just a great experience. He wouldn't trade it for the world, man. And this, Watch, man, them some good kids over there, man. They run to the brick wall for you, man. But they will, man. They will.
Yeah. They gotta know you care first. Once they
they gotta know you care first. Yeah.
Once they know you care, man.
They know fake.
Nah, they see through that.
Yeah. Now they gonna see through fake real fast. So you gotta be genuine.
Bernard mentioned, Coach Rich, you got somebody that played he played at the University of Miami, played in the NFL, and he's back where he went to high school at. And he's been over at the same school. So, that's super love right there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Spruce is a great place, man. Like I said, I won't regret no part of that at all.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, once again, to all my viewers, TaylorMade Hoops Coaches Corner, I got Coach Bernard, head coach at Denton High School, and Coach Rodney Washington, head coach at Crandall High School. We catching up with Coach Washington. Coach Washington, let me ask this: you spoke of your dad. Do you feel any pressure in following in the footsteps of your father, the legend Coach Peterson?
Not at all, man. I mean, we didn't grow up in a house like that. It's just I'm gonna be me. My dad's gonna be him. But
okay,
do I take on some of his ways? Of course. That was it was an influence on me. Now that's who I followed. That's why I sit on this bench. But I don't feel no pressure like that at all. It's just you put your own pressure. You create your own legacy, that type of thing. I just put the work in. I don't even think about that.
Okay. Well, I had to ask you, man.
I had
to ask you, man. because I knew the answer, but like you say, at the end of the day, this for the people watching, for the viewers, try to get to know you, Watch. I know how you roll, man. We had this conversation before, man. You like, hey, I'm my own person, but one thing I can tell, we're gonna talk about this in next couple questions, Watch. So I ain't gonna spill the beans about some of the things I know you picked up from him that everybody know. Coach Pete, when he coached at Anderson, I had a great pleasure coaching against him, man, when I was at Pinkston High School, and we were in the same district, man. And when I tell you, man, hey, man, you better be prepared, man, because, hey, he gonna throw them different defenses at you, especially them zones, man. Oh, my God. He go fast, say, man. Woo, man. Well, Coach, man, let me ask this, Wash. We're going to talk about team culture a little bit. And I know, like you said, you been at Spruce High School, inner city school, and now you're at Crandall, suburban school. But let me ask this, Coach. When you come into a program, how do you establish a great team culture in your program, and how do you maintain that culture on a daily basis, Coach Wash?
I think the first thing you do, you come in. The first thing I did was I grabbed the film. It was in the. Let me see what you guys are doing, what you're used to. And
Okay.
then you come in and you instill your values. You know,
Okay.
this is what we're gonna do. This is my philosophy. You know, I believe in tough nose defense. You know, Bernard and that's why we probably get along so well because we think a lot. You know, I want tough nose defenses. I need you to be. I have an IQ of the game because I'm like you said. I'm gonna throw so many different defenses at you that my kids have to be prepared. But I don't throw it all on them at once. You know, it's a breakdown. You know, you start off with man, then you teach the concept of your zone. Where if you play your zone like man in your area, it should be ferocious. You know what I'm saying? If you got balls in your area, if you're playing man-to-man principles, your zone is fantastic. You must move as one. You know, and I getting to Crandall, man, you had to. Let me say, they weren't tough kids. You know, suburban kids, but the fact that it's just the competition. When I first got to Crandall, it was their first year in 5A. So they was coming from 4A to 5A. So a lot of smaller schools, they win in district every year. Not my first year. We had Highland Park, North Forney, Roy. So it's straight, heat right away. And I had this. People say, change the culture, which takes time. So
yes.
I use the word changing the environment.
Okay.
That's right away, immediately. So I had to change some things immediately. So I had to build a toughness to them. And the kids were fundamentally sound, which was great. So the coach before me, he left a good, help line, midline, principal defense where, cool, I don't have to teach that. That's a major part of the game. Get on that midline and rotating for your help. So I had to establish a toughness to them. I had to give some kids some confidence. How I coach, man. If you open, let that thing go. And they wasn't used to that. But here's a system, here's your reads, now who? And you have little rules to it. But it was just pretty much changing the mindset. I had to change their mindset. When at Spruce, you had tough-minded kids, but the skills behind. That's the big difference that I went through that I noticed going from Spruce to Crandall. That's a huge difference. Where I'm at, parents are willing to invest in their kids' training, which is huge. My biggest thing I tell those kids, what are you doing outside of me? I only have so much time with you. So what are you doing outside of me? If you're trying to get to that next level, you want to be great, you got to put that time in. You got to put that work in. And that's been established. I've been my 5th year. We've gone deeper in the playoffs each year. And I put kids in school. So, it's a great opportunity, man. One horse town, which a lot of people dream of, and it's growing. We got 17,000 new homes coming up just in Crandall. Oh,
yes, sir.
I think this might be my last little stint in 5A.
Hey, what'd you say? You like Coach Floyd? So y'all both gonna retire?
Yeah,
I'm retiring respectively, huh?
Yeah, love it. Kids go to school. Love it.
Oh yeah. Well, Coach, man, let me ask this. We're gonna stay on the topic of culture, Coach Washington, man. I'm just catching you up, man, to where me and Coach Bernard said. Let me ask this, Coach. I asked Coach Bernard the same question. Is there any difference in your ability to establish team culture at a suburban school compared to an inner city school?
Not at all.
Okay.
Relationship, man. No matter where you go, you build that relationship. They got them kids, like kids know fate.
Yes.
They know fate. So you be real with them, man. No difference. It's building relationships. That's the key.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, Coach, let me go ahead and ask this, Rob, man, and then we'll all be on the same page, Coach Wash. And you, like you say, man, we hanging out, man, on the coach's corner. So, hey, we just hanging out, talking. You ain't got to be in no rush, Coach. Y'all, you know how we do it, Coach.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask this, Wash. What is your offensive defense philosophy, and how do you like to play, Coach Wash?
I want to get up down that court.
Okay.
I want quick shots, but I want smart shots.
Okay.
Quick and smart. You want to play fast, but you want to play smart fast. And
okay.
Fast, but I want to push that ball, but I put them in a structure where I want you to here's your certain reads. But
okay.
But hoop. I think kids are overtrained. And they don't like they may be doing these moves, but they don't know when to do these moves. They need to be in put situations when to do that crossover you've been working with the camp or with your trainer. When do you do it? So my philosophy is get them down that court. We want to play fast, but we want to be under control fast. And when
Okay.
when I need to run a set, we need to be able to run that set.
Okay.
Okay. Defensively, I want to get up in. I want to be in your shirt. I want.
Mhm.
You know, I got a smaller team this year, so I'm gonna press a little bit more than I've had in the past. And you know me, Ed, I'm a big zone guy, so I like to mix it up. I played last year. I played probably 60% man, but I 40% zone. I would throw that here and there at you, just a little twist.
Yeah.
No,
Oh yeah.
playing Lancaster last year in the district, we lost by 6 out there, and I every 3 trips down, I threw a different zone at them just to survive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They came back to my house. I don't care what I threw at them. I got to run out of there. I think we ran them hot. So, and we just want to get up, down, man, and lock up, man, and just. I'm big on communication. I try to tell my kids, when you talk, defense is easy.
Okay.
Easy when you communicate. You know, the game is about communication. Now, I got kids on offense who say, "Hey, coach, he missed me." I said, "What you telling me for? I don't have the ball."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
learn how to talk to your teammate. You
Yeah.
know, it's the way to talk to your teammate to get him to pass that and to make that to look and say, "Man, my bad, I missed you."
There you go.
Got to move on from that. But yeah, man, we want to get up, down, eat, you know. But I tell my kids, when you get in the playoffs, you gotta be able to run some set plays.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you know, I got a little thing out the last 4 weeks of district. I tell my kids, now we finna lock in on defense. All the substitutions will be for defensive mistakes. Because you know, when it gets deep, defense travels. Offense don't travel. So you gotta better lock in. You know, I went to state tournament every year, and the teams down there lock up and they can run a set when they need a set, and that's huge, man. That's huge.
No, you're right. You're right. Well, Coach Bernard, I'm gonna bring you back in, Coach. Man, I think about all caught up. We on the same page, Coach Bernard.
Good deal,
So let,
man.
so let me ask this, Coach Bernard. What are your expectations for this year's team? Playoff, state championship. What's your expectations for this year's team, Coach?
Man, the goal is always the same, man. The goal is always the same. You know what I mean? You always got to begin with the end in mind. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so we're always pushing, man, and trying to work at that state championship level. You know what I mean? There's some value in having been down there a couple times, you know, as an assistant coach, and not so much in the trip itself, but more so in the journey and what it took to get there. And so knowing what it takes on a day-to-day basis to compete at a high level, you got to have the goal be, you know, to play at a high level. You know what I mean? And so the goal is always the same, man. You know, we always talk off the camera, you know what I mean? And now we're bringing it on the camera, but, you know, we're all on the same page, man. We want to be good coaches and we want to be successful coaches in February and March. You know what I mean? That's where I want to build my legacy. That's where I want to be, you know, in terms of just my legacy as a head coach. You know what I mean? You know, if I get some other milestones here or there, that's one thing or another. Really doesn't matter. But, you know, where I want to really push my kids to really be good in this state, man, is to be good, you know, in February and March. And that's how we approach, you know, our entire season with the end in mind, man. And it really doesn't matter talent level. Like this year, we're gonna be young but talented. I got some returners. I had to come out last year. I brought 7 kids back from varsity last year, kids that really didn't play a major role last year, but they'll be playing major roles this year. Kind of fell into a lot of seniors last year. We had some success, you know, winning district first time in I think 12 or 13 years here. This program is won, you know, at that level. We went 3 rounds deep in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And even then, coming in last year, the goal was still the same. You know, we want to play. We want to be in the last game of the year, and we want to play and we want to practice. We want to prepare like that. You know what I mean? And once you do that, you know, you start looking at the journey as you look back. You know, it's not so much as, you know, where you ended up, you know, but what you guys went through along the way. I think that's very important. But, you know, if you don't have that focus, man, of trying to get to that level, you know what I mean? I think you kind of shortchange yourself some days when you say, you know, I'm not really pushing. I just want to be good. Now we want to be good in February and March. You know what I mean? We want to be good in February and March. We want to be amongst those teams that are playing at the end of the year. And so that goal doesn't change. Hadn't changed. It don't matter where I am. You know what I mean? Again, we took over this program. We were number 89 in the state. Last year, you know, we've moved up. I think we hit the top 16 last year. First time in a long time, 20+ years for this program, here at Denton. But, the goal is still the same, man. Win district, you know what I mean? Become first place in district, even with the split divisions going. We still want to compete to be first place in district. And then from there, man, we want to be one of the last teams playing in March, man. And so that doesn't change. You know what I mean? That's still the focus for me. And I think that drives you. You know what I mean? When you see those tough times coming, you had it as a goal. You know what I mean? You got some work to do. You know what I mean? You start off in that year. We break our season up into 3 parts. We got a pre-district, we got a district season, and then we got that playoff season. And so, things may be a little bit rough for us, in that first part of the season, but that's not the goal. You know what I mean? The goal is to get better every day, 1% better, and then that way, when it's time to be good in March and February, man, we can be that. So that hadn't changed for me. That's still our goal every day, man.
Okay. Well, Coach Wash, let me ask the same question. What are your expectations for this year's season, playoff, state championship? How we rocking over there at Crandall, man? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling good. I got a young team, man. Graduated some big pieces last year, but the younger kids are falling in and filling in. But the goal, I'm like Coach Bernard, man. At the end goal is what I'm saying. You want that thing, but my goal every year is to get deeper each in the playoffs. Going 3 rounds last year and losing on a heartbreak on the 2 free throws with 0.4 seconds. Fourth round. But the goal is make that run, man. I told my kids it's fun when it's late and you still playing and you got equipment in, man. You still going. Now the whole town is behind you. And I walk on the court in the playoff crowd. You look around like, man, how you not fired up for this? In the goal, I hadn't had a district championship yet. I've been in some heated districts, man, and I just hadn't been able to get over that hump to get one. But we made playoff runs, so that's what counts. Getting the playoffs, like Coach always said, just get in the tournament. Anything happens, you get in the tournament. And being challenged all Bernard's in that tough district. When you've been challenged all year, the playoffs is really not as, especially when your district's been tough. I was up there with Lancaster. I think last year Lancaster was number 5 in the state. 40 was number 7 in the state, and Red Oak was number 11 in the state. That was 2 years ago.
Yes, sir.
That's the year we knocked off Lovejoy in the first round. We was a 4th seed, and that's just from being in that heat all district. You got a ball. Those coaches go bring it. Them teams going to bring it, and it just prepares you. And our goal, like I said, I just want to get better every year, guys. Let's take it to the next level. Can you be the team to take it over the hump? I think that was the 2nd time Crandall's been in the 3rd round. And let's see how can we make history.
Oh yeah. Oh now you do it. Hey, now both you guys, man. I ain't just saying this because y'all my guys, man. Y'all doing y'all thing, man. Seriously, I think both of y'all are probably ahead of the expectations, and maybe that your bosses thought. I'm pretty sure they weren't thinking, Coach Wash, man, this short of time, man, you go in the 3rd round and could easily been the 4th round. And same thing with you, Coach Bernard, coming in, your first year, doing what you did, man. So both of y'all doing great jobs, man. Once again, man, I'm on TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner. I'm hanging out, man, with Coach Rodney Washington, head coach at Crandall High School, and Coach Bernard, head coach at Denton High School. Coach, man, it's been fun, man. We're coming down to the last question, man. Let y'all get back to relaxing. I know y'all been that all-day grind, baby. I know how it go. But let me ask this, Coach Bernard. I'm gonna start with you, Coach Bernard. Who are some TaylorMade picks? Who are some players that college coaches need to be putting their eye on? And who are some kids that might be under the radar, Coach, that you can feel that got the attributes to play at the next level, Coach Bernard?
Oh man, this year, man, we got a kid coming back that's a senior, man, and Caden Jackson, 6'7" forward, man. He was one of the top rebounders in the state, man. He was co-district, co-newcomer of the year last year in our district. He's poised to be really a regional type player, man. His recruitment is picking up. He played with Dallas Showtime last year. Last summer, we got him going and got him into a really good summer program. And he's been blossoming, man. He's been growing. So we're definitely going to be led by Caden Jackson. You know what I mean? And You know, I'll tell coaches now, people will be surprised, man, but he's probably one of the top 5 best passers I've ever had. I ever had an opportunity to coach, man. He plays with one of those motors that I just think his recruiting is just going to continue to blossom, man, because at his size, with his motor and his ability, man, to try to impact the game without just shooting the ball, man, all the time, man. You know, he's going to be of value to somebody, man, down the line. And so he's definitely one of the guys, you know, coaches want to look at. You know, we got some young talent, man, you know, kind of proud to say, man, my son, Zylan Bernard, Zylan will be a 6'5" guard. We've been playing him at the point guard a little bit here in the fall. He was just made top 30 over there the other day at the Pangos All-Star Showcase, man. He had a good showing last weekend. He's kind of coming into his own, man, but his athleticism, his high IQ, you know, his passion for what's going on in this game is going to make him a very marketable kid going forward, man. You know, he's kind of blossoming and coming into his own right now. And then we have a 2-sport guy, you know, another 2020. He's going to be a 2026. Zylan will be a 2027. And Zaire will be a 2026, I think. He's a junior this year. You know, he's a 2-sport guy, but a high motor wing guy. You know what I mean? He plays defensive back on our football team out there, but he's going to come in. He's really going to be an impact guy in our lineup. He's about 6'4", almost 6'5" right now. And so it's going to really give us some athleticism and some length with it, man. And then finally, man, we have another super sophomore, man, that's going to be really good down the line. Coaches need to really pay attention to, man. That's Elijah Brown. Elijah Brown coming in as a transfer. But yeah, you're talking about an athlete, a kid who's got some ability, man, and he's got the right intangibles that's going to help turn him into, you know, a really good player as we go. And so for us, we're going to be young and talented. We've got some good leadership. We've got a senior point guard coming back, man. And, you know, Coach Washington tell you, man, that point guard helps you sleep at night. makes things good, man. We got a point guard who was an original Den Ryan kid, played at another school, prep school, but he ended up transferring back, man. That's Grant Boyd. He's a legacy kid. His dad was on the state championship team here. And he's one of those legacy kids, man. But Grant Boyd, man, is a tough one. You know what I mean? He's one of those kids, you know, when you got to be, you know, you at his size, at 5'8", 5'9", man, you got to be a dog. You got to be pesky, man. You got to be able to do a lot of things on that floor, man. And Grant's going to be that kid for us, man. So, you know, really happy to have those guys, man. You know, really excited about their development. But, you know, we're young and talented, man. And so it just kind of is going to, you know, it's going to be one of those years. We'll see how good we can get going into the third season for us.
Okay. Well, Coach Washington, man, let me ask the same question, Coach. Who are some TaylorMade picks? Who are some players that college coaches need to be putting their eye on? Who are some players that you feel had attributes to play at the next level, Coach Wash, that may be under the radar, under recruited? You know, that's what I like to do, baby. Find those diamonds in the rough. What we got going over there, man? I know a couple of them kids, but tell us about if you got some more over there, Wash.
Yeah, I got one kid that you know about. Was a freshman, started for me as a freshman. He had shown varsity, Dylan Franklin, who in the Pangos camp also finished top 30, but overall ended up top 5, which I just saw that today on one of the reports. And this kid is special. I mean, he's almost 6'3", size 14 shoe, big hands, father 6'6", brother 6'9", so he's finna stretch out. And he's a combo guard. He can play the point. He can play the 2, can score that thing. He can shoot
that thing. Yes, sir.
He's aggressive. He go post you up. And what we've been focusing on over the summer and the fall is defense being a 2-way player.
Okay.
What do you bring to the table that somebody else don't bring? And you want to be 2-way. I said, you know, don't do you no good. It's drop 30 and the player you guard and got 28. That's a +2. I said, you want to be a 2-way player. So Dylan Franklin, you know, I got some schools calling about him now, which is fantastic. And he's up and coming. He's just a sophomore. And I got a senior point guard by the name of LeBron McKelvin. And number 4 last year, you saw him a little back up behind Chaz last year. And so, I mean, you know, I'm quick as a bug, has IQ of the game, can shoot the ball well, can score the ball. a great defender. I mean, his to me, his plus is locking up. He would pick you up 92, and he go move his feet. He's a knack. He's one of the kind of guys like, man, would you please get away from me? And I got one under the radar. I got a monster, man. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. Hadn't played no football ever, and he's ranked number 7th in his class by the name of Edison Ume. And he's just a beast. I mean, he got soft touch, but he's gonna tack that rim and put you in if you jump with him. And he's just a ball player. He locks up, moves his feet well. He can switch from 1 to 5. Last year I don't have Big Ty no more, so we're gonna be a little bit smaller. But he's taking that role at the 5, and he's strong, man. Can move his feet. We can switch everything, and he's that under the radar guy. People need to get that. And we got a transfer in by the name of Cayman Alexander. A 5'10" sophomore. Man, that boy can shoot that ball. Man, he can shoot it. His IQ is fantastic. He fits in great. I'm blessed to have great kids like Coach Bernard. We have great kids. And
Yes.
I'm about nothing in the classroom. A lot of my kids are ranked in their class. And Cayman Alexander brings that extra punch to us. He gives another score, another lockdown defender. And he's another kid under the radar. He's a sophomore that you need to keep your eye on. But I have 2 seniors and 2 sophomores, man, that are just scary. My freshman class, the best I've had since I've been here.
Okay.
Fantastic. So those are my 4 dude. Everybody know Dylan Franklin, but those other 3 guys, those under the radar guys that's gonna pop up this year.
Oh yeah. Hey man, I trust you, man, because you always you up and all. Y'all don't stir me wrong, man. Sometimes, man, we do what I do, man, and sometimes people may try to take advantage, of the relationship, friendship they had. They may say, "Oh, coach, I got this kid to play." And you see, like, "Nah, coach, coach, I'm sorry, coach. Coach, he can't play. No, he can't play nowhere, coach. High school is gonna be it for him, coach." All right, hey. I just want to tell everybody, man, TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner, we had the great coach Rodney Washington, head coach at Crandall High School on, and Coach Bernard, the head coach over at Denton Ryan High School on. Coaches, before we go, I'm going to start with you, Coach Washman. Go ahead and let everybody know how they can follow your team, if you want to give out any personal information, how they can follow you or whatever the case may be, or also let us know what's going on. Like I tell folks, hey, this is for y'all, man. You my boy, so anything you got going on, you want to promote, man. Hey, you got a new CD record coming out. Like back in the day, you got a new CD record coming out. Go ahead. I'm messing with you, but now go ahead and let everybody know, man, what's going down, Wash.
Hey man, you can follow me at Coach Rodney Washington, Coach Silverback on X, and the team is Crandall Hoops. Crandall Hoops. And that's how you can follow. And also, man, we have a live broadcast. We have a play-by-play live broadcast. This is fantastic, man. There's all kind of ways to follow us now, which I will be sending you all that information too, Ed, so you can post that on there too.
Okay. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Oh yeah. Coach Bernard, the same thing. Coach Bernard, you out there in Denton Ryan. Coach, tell us what's going on in Denton Ryan. Tell us how they can follow you. I'll follow your team and any information you got going on, Coach, that you want to share, Coach. Hey, you my guy, man. So hey
man, we got at Ryan Raider Hoops, both on Instagram and on X. You can pick us up on there. I got a good coaching staff, man. Real good coaching staff. I was able to kind of hire out here now, and they're really working hard to keep us relevant, man, and keep us out there. So check us out on Instagram and on Twitter. On X at Ryan Raiders Hoops will be the handle. And then from there, man, I just want to say, man, I'm hosting my first showcase out here this year. Coach Washington and the Crandall Pirates, man, they're gonna come grace the court up here, and then we're gonna bring some big time basketball up here in the home of the champions, man. The home of the champions holiday showcase day before Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? We got a lot of showcases going on that week, but definitely, man, we're gonna have some really good matchups up here. We got Lake Ridge coming, good Coach Mitchell coming up there. We got Summit coming, and we got some good teams coming up here, man. We got Hebron playing in it. We got a really good lineup with some really good matchups, man. So, we're gonna start advertising that, but really want y'all to come out and support us up here and bring some of this big time basketball, man. And we up here in football country, baby. You know what I mean? We're gonna bring some big time hoops up here though, man. And hopefully we're gonna grow that thing into into a Red River showcase where we have some of the top talent in North Texas playing against top teams coming out of Oklahoma. We're working on that for the next couple of years. But you know, that's what we got going on this year, man. So, you know, you ain't doing nothing, man. Day before Thanksgiving, man. Come get some of this basketball up here, man. We got some real good matchups up here, man.
I'll be there.
Go ahead, Ross.
Hey, I hate to leave my assistant. I ain't doing this by myself. I got like Coach Bernard. I got some great assistants. You know, Roman Blackman, Denzel Oliver, and Taurus Williams. So you know, it's a 4-man crew, man. We, you know, it's 3 of us right now. We get Taurus out of Coach Williams out of football when football's done, and like Bernard said, we're in football country. So
yeah.
Some assistant coaches is big. That's all I have to say. I don't want to leave my boys out.
Oh yeah. You got to, man. This thing here, man. It's a lot that go on, man, behind the scenes, man. Those guys, man. I got some guys that really grinding, man. You know, I'm just real fortunate, man, to have some guys who are about that grind, about that basketball life.
Right.
You know, that was a difference. You know what I mean? I got my staff all year round. They're in the gym, man, in the fall and in the gym in the spring. And so, but I got some real basketball dudes, man, able to get at it. So, you know, I really appreciate those guys, man, keeping us afloat, man.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No doubt, man. We know what, man. Honestly, no, man. We can sit here and talk forever, man. You know how we do it, man. But we gotta go, man. You know, I know, like you say, man. Tomorrow, I'm happy, man. Tomorrow's my last day before. Then you know I gotta go on Friday for professional development. Next week, man, I'll be out for fall break, man. So I'm just trying to push through till tomorrow, guys. But hey, I appreciate y'all time, man. I really do, man. Hey, you know how I feel about both of y'all, man. You know, I don't have to say it on camera. You know, it's love there, man. You know, I rock with y'all, man. Y'all always support me.
Right back at you,
y'all always support me, man. Y'all always support me, man. Well, hey, I got to do this to you, man, before we go, man. Coach Bernard, man. Who interviewed you today, Coach? The world needs to know, Coach. Who interviewed you today?
And TaylorMade Hoops, man, with my guy, man, Edmond Taylor, man. Y'all can't beat it, man. Support him. That guy's connected, man. He's really in his grassroots, and he'll help the kids, man. He's helping kids all over, man. And I really respect. I'm gonna say that, man. I really respect, you know, your approach to it, my brother, because, like I say, a lot of people, man, that claim to be about grassroots, you know what I mean? They kind of tag along on the big names. You know what I mean? They kind of tag along and build their platforms off of bigger names that are already made. But you really in the trenches, man, with kids, man. You've helped some kids that people don't even know about, man. You know, and so that just major, man. Appreciate what you're doing, man. I'm gonna support you every chance I get, my brother.
Oh, you do, man. You do, man. You do. You really do, man. Watch the same thing. Watch, you know, I got to get you too, baby. Watch, man. Who interviewed today? Coach Wash, Rodo?
My man, Edmund Taylor at TaylorMade Hoops. No other. Hey, Ed, what you do is huge, bro. Like I said, I'm always to support you. You're one of the guys that's not following the big names like Bernard, Coach Bernard was saying. You go come get in them trenches and grind and find that hidden gem. And we definitely appreciate you. And you're one of the guys that platform help us get on the map. And I totally appreciate you. Like I said, any way I can support, you know, that's a done deal.
Oh yeah, man. And hey, man, I appreciate both of y'all, man. I always do, man. Y'all always look out for me, both of y'all, man. Much love to both of y'all. Hey, much luck on the season, guys, man. Man, I hope and pray, man, that y'all have a healthy season, you know, injury free. You know, like me and Coach Bernard was talking about, man. Hope that you can bring that energy every day in practice. I know it's hard sometimes, Coach, but we got to bring it every day, baby. So I hope and pray, man, that, you know, God bless y'all with that energy, man, that fire, that passion, man, that you can instill, you know, show the kids, because, you know, hey, they need us, man. These kids need us, man. Seriously, they need us, man. So I really appreciate both of y'all, man. Not gonna hold y'all up, man. Watch, hey, man, when we have another hangout, get together at the house, man.
You know,
throw some on that grill, baby.
Yeah, coming soon. Y'all know.
Yeah, man. You got them big old steaks, baby. We gotta get out there and jump it out with them big old steaks. Watch, man. Appreciate you, man.
No question,
Appreciate you, fellas.
Love y'all.
Oh yeah, hey, y'all, doggo, watch that. Be fool as a tick, man. It's hard for me to drive back to Rockwell. I was sleeping in the mud, put on.
I'm gonna fill you up, man. Good night, man. It's like plenty more to come, boys. Y'all stay up, man. One love.
All right, man. 5:30, get here fast, man. I see y'all.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm out, man. TaylorMade Hoops, we out, baby.
All right, now.
Appreciate y'all, man.